fans because it was 70 years ago that they first began working in films together, and it was 60 years ago that the films were made with them both looking like this, with the famous bowler hats and the suits and jackets that were just a little bit too big for them, which became their trademark. And the first film that they actually acted together in was Lucky Dog, and they made a 104 after that. One of my favourites was a film called Way Out West, and here's a very famous song from a very famous film. It's called On the Trail of the Lonesome Pine.
In the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, on the trail of the lonesome pine.
In the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, on the trail of the lonesome pine. In the pale moonshine, our hearts entwine. Why, she carved her name and I carved mine. Oh, June, like the mountains, I'm blue like the pine. I am lonesome for you.
In the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, on the trail of the lonesome pine.
It's one of the many Laurel and Hardy classic moments. Now, Oliver Hardy died in 1957 and Stan Laurel died in 1965, but their name and their fame lives on. In fact, it's a tribute to their great humour that 1 million people all over the world are still Laurel and Hardy fans. And there's an official fan club which is called the Sons of the Desert, named after one of their movies. And there are 2,000 members. There are 120 branches, and there are 2,000 members who all have to wear sashes and fezzes in honour of their heroes. And there's a 9th annual meeting, convention, which takes place next week in Glasgow. Now, some of the members include some very famous comedians like Little and Large and Bob Monkhouse, and one person who is an honorary member is quite famous for breaking records. He's just about recognisable under his Stan Laurel makeup. It is Roy Castle.
Hello, Mark. How are you?
I'm very well.
It's nice to see you.
How long have you been a Laurel and Hardy fan?
Oh, when I was a little boy, my dad used to show them on home movies when you had to wind it on with a little handle. I loved them ever since then.
So what do you think it was that made them such classics?
Well, they were perfect opposites, weren't they, really? I mean, there was Big Ollie, who was authoritative, and he thought he knew everything about everything. And then there was little Stan, who used to burst his bubble every time. Used to get him in lots and lots of trouble all the time. In fact, Ollie would make a table, you see, putting it all in beautifully, and he'd say, "What do you think of my table, Stanley?" And Stanley would sneeze, and it would all fall to bits, you know. I mean, that's the sort of thing. Beautiful.
Do you need gel for the hair like that, or is it just natural?
No, you just don't wash it.
Would you like to give us a little bit of an example?
Who's going to be Ollie?
But you'd be wrong, because 14-year-old David Bartlett reckons that he knows every interesting fact about Laurel and Hardy and their movies. So we're going to put him to the ultimate test, which is Mastermind.
Comes from Bristol. He's a schoolboy, and your specialist subject is, David?
The films of Laurel and Hardy.
Right, well, you've 1 minute on your chosen subject, starting now. In Brats, complete the following saying by Stanley. You can lead a horse to water.
But a pencil must be lead.
Correct.
In Scram, Stan and Ollie are asked in court how they plead. Ollie replies, "Not guilty, Your Highness." The judge then asks, "On what grounds?" What was Stan's innocent reply?
We weren't on the grounds, we were sleeping on a park bench.
Correct.
In Babes in Toyland, Santa orders 600 soldiers 1 foot high. What did Stan and Ollie make instead?
100 soldiers 600 foot high.
Correct.
Which Laurel and Hardy film was set mainly in India, although the name doesn't suggest it?
Bonnie Scotland.
Correct.
In Come Clean, what flavour of ice cream do Laurel and Hardy eventually get from the soda fountain?
Chocolate.
Correct.
In Music Box, what was the name of the horse?
Susie.
Correct.
In Going Bye-Bye, what happens to Ollie's ear while he's on the telephone?
He gets full up with milk.
Correct.
In what films does Stan do the kneesy, easy, nosy?
Pass.
So I'll finish. I'll repeat it. In what films does Stan do the kneesy, easy, nosy? You would have got this one to get it totally right.
Friday Everlow.
Yes, well done.
Correct.
And also Babes in Toyland as well. David, that is incredible. When did you first become interested in Laurel and Hardy, and why?
Well, quite some time ago, when I was about 6, BBC Two used to run a lot of their sound short two-reelers in double bills and the like. And I thought they were very funny then, but as time went on, I became sort of interested in them, in their style of humour, and I thought they were very clever. And I
You
joined
did lots of
the
research
desert.
on them as well. Well done, David, and thanks to you both.